Hello students, welcome to another class of computer. This is the continuation of previous class, that is internet services part 3. So today we are going to learn about next service, that is e-learning. Okay, e-learning stands for electronic learning. That is e-learning or electronic learning is a learning that utilizing electronic technologies to access education curriculum outside of a traditional classroom, or you can say e-learning is also known as virtual learning or distance learning. Okay, there are many terms used to describe learning that is delivered online via the internet, ranging from distance education or computerized electronic learning, online learning, internet learning, and other names. So these are the names that we can use as an alternate for e-learning. And e-learning can be defined as courses that are specially delivered through internet to somewhere other than the classroom where the professor is teaching, or you can say it is a virtual learning, not physical learning. In physical learning you have to be present at some place with your teacher, but this is virtual learning or e-learning, in that someone is delivering lecture via internet, or the other students are connected with them and there is no physically presence is required. Okay, or you can say e-learning take place in an electronically simulated environment. Okay, for e-learning it is also known as web-based training, internet-based training, or computer-based training. These are the next generation instruction medium that are being developed today, and in this time of pandemic COVID-19, this is the way of delivering education. So you are learning with this medium of e-learning. Okay, with e-learnings, user can immerse themselves with 3D environment to further enhance their learning experience. Okay, the examples of e-learnings are Byju's, Topper, Vedantu, Extramarks, etc. Okay, so these types of e-learning mediums, they are providing you variety of media like audio, text, virtual environment, videos, and animation. So with the help of these videos and animations, students get a visualization of things and they can understand the things in a well-known way. So this is about e-learning. Okay, now we will see the advantages of e-learning. So first is it is cost effective. Cost effective means with e-learning it is very much cost effective as compared to traditional learning system, because less time and money is spent needed for traveling, etc. In that you don't have to travel, you can get the classes at your own place. Since e-learning can be done in any geographic locations and there is no travel expenses, so this type of learning is cost effective. Okay, second point is flexibility. Flexibility means it is a major benefit of e-learning that it offers the advantages of taking class anytime, anywhere. In your school, it is fixed that you have to present in the class that particular duration. But in many courses, there is no time foundation for classes. They will provide you some videos and audios. You have to cover all the content, and they will give you some time. So that is up to you whenever you want to learn from that class. Okay. Education is available when and where it is needed. E-learning can be done at the office, at home, on the road, 24 hours a day, and even 7 days of a week. So you can say it is available 24/7. For example, we are providing you this video. So if you are not able to watch the video at this time, so you can use this video or you can watch it later. It is available on the channel. So this is an example of flexibility. You can watch it later. Okay. Next is quick and easy updates. Online learning sessions are especially easy to keep up to date as the latest updates are simply uploaded to a server. So that means if content is getting changed, then it should be updated easily. Okay, in textbook it is difficult to update. Okay, CD-ROM based programs may be slightly more expensive to update and distribute, but still come out cheaper than reprinting manuals and retraining instructors. Okay, so this is about quick and easy updates. Next point, fourth point is personalized learning. Students may have the option to select the learning material that meets their level of knowledge and interest. Self-paced learning modules allow students to learn at their own pace. Some students like notes. Some students like to understand the things better with the videos. They can understand that, then they can write in their own way. So that is it is just providing you the personalized learning. Whichever way you want, you can learn by that. Okay. Higher level retention, it reinforces the message by using various elements such as video, audio, quizzes, interactions, etc. As I told you that it provides you education with the different types of multimedia like audio, video, quiz, interaction, etc. It helps a stronger grip on the subject and high level of retention on the topics that you found difficult to understand. So these are the advantages of e-learning. Next, we will talk about the disadvantages of e-learning. So learners with low motivation or bad study habits may fall behind with e-learning. Okay, without the routine structures of a traditional class, students may get lost or confused about course activities and deadlines. Some are getting problem and they are not able to speak about that. Okay, student may feel isolated from the instructor and classmates. Instructor may not always be available when students are helping or when students are studying or in the need of help. So they can't interact with the instructor that particular time. Okay, so that can be considered as disadvantage. Okay, slow internet connections or older computer can make accessing course material frustrating. Storage problem can be there, etc. Okay, managing computer files and online learning software can sometimes seem complex for a student with beginner level computer skills. Those who are not having much skills, they are not able to install that particular software or they will find it difficult, those who are not in practice of using that technology. Okay, hands-on or lab work is difficult to simulate in a virtual classroom. So these are the disadvantages of e-learning. Okay, now let's talk about the e-banking. E-banking is also known as electronic banking, and it has many names like e-banking, virtual banking, online banking, or internet banking, or sometimes it is also called as mobile banking. Okay, it is the use of electronic and telecommunication network for delivering various banking products and services. As the name suggests, that e-banking means using banking service at your own place with the help of electronic media. So though e-banking, a customer can access his accounts and conduct many transactions using his computer or mobile phone. That means for using e-banking, you just need your device and you have to create your account with login ID and password. Then you can use your e-banking facility. With that, you can do all the services or activities that we can do by going to the bank. You can check your transactions, you can make transaction, you can check your balances, you can then see your statements, you can make an FDs and RDs, etc. Okay, so internet banking software provide personal and corporate banking services and offers features such as viewing account balances, obtaining statements, checking recent transaction, transferring money between accounts, and making payments, or you can say paying bills, etc. So this is about e-banking. Now let's talk about the advantages of e-banking. So the first advantage is you don't have to stand in a queue of a bank for depositing money or for taking out the money. You can do it on just on the click of a mouse. Okay, it is simple to open, use an internet banking account. It reduces the time to wait in a queue on a bank branch. The personal bank accounts can be accessed any time of a day regardless of the working hour of the bank, or you can say it gives you 24/7 facility to access your account. Worldwide connectivity to the websites of bank. It is easier to keep a regular check on the account balance. So some of the e-banking facilities that are provided by banks are HDFC Bank provide this facility, SBI, PNB, ICICI, Axis Bank, all the banks, they are now providing this e-banking or internet banking facility. Now let's talk about the disadvantages of e-banking. Sometimes it is vulnerable to various cyber attacks. That means it is open to cyber attacks. And if your login id and password is known to that person and your mobile is also with that person, then the other person can use your id, or they can make the transactions, etc. Or backdoor attack is first type, that is unauthorized access to the system. Denial of service attack, that is preventing rightful user from accessing the service. That means it is on the server side, or bank website is getting hacked. These are the examples. Okay, direct access attack can be there. That means intrusion means access of malware, including bugs and viruses. So these are the some disadvantages that can happen in e-banking, frauds, etc. Okay, so next service is e-shopping. E-shopping stands for electronic shopping. It is an online shopping process which allows the customers to purchase products or services online from the e-shops. Products means the things that you can purchase, and services means the facilities provided by some e-commerce website. For example, Uber is providing facility of rides, so that is a service, not product. Okay, similarly Urban Claps, they are providing services to you of haircut, massage, etc., or beauty products things. Okay, so through e-shopping we can purchase product means footwears, makeup kit, or household things, etc., grocery, okay. And services means using the service that we can avail from the particular site. So here some e-commerce sites are given, like Amazon, they are providing this facility. Amazon, Swiggy, Alibaba.com, Flipkart, Zomato, Big Basket, and many more examples, because we are using it a lot. Okay, next you can see some of the e-shopping websites like Snapdeal. So its website is www.snapdeal.com, Zebong.com, or Flipkart.com, Indiatimes.com, Mintra.com, Zapier.com, Pepperfry.com, Yep.com, or Jansar.com, Amazon.in. Okay, so these are the examples of e-shopping sites. And apart from this e-shopping websites, it has many advantages, like it is also available 24/7. Okay, that means 24 hours and 7 days of a week. Okay, convenience. First is convenience. There is no doubt that shopping online can be very cost. Okay, so cost can be different, but it is convenient. We can shop anytime. And products can be cheaper, save time and energy, freedom of choice, freedom of price, flexibility is also available, high satisfaction percentage can be there, and buyer protection is there. Some rare products we can shop online, privacy is also there. So okay, so these are few advantages. And we can say that ease of comparing shopping we can do with online shopping. Okay, so see here, we can say that when you shop online, you can compare offering and pricing at different stores with the simple click of a button, rather than having to get into your car and spend your precious time. Okay, third point is extensive product mix availability. When you shop online, you might find that there are more options available to you than if you focus your product search only on items available in your local area. That means we can globally shop with e-shopping. Okay, identify unique solutions. When you start shopping for a product to address a specific need, it's possible that there is a solution you didn't even know about, or that is not available locally. So we can find out that with e-shopping. So these are the advantages of e-shopping. Apart from these advantages, many more can be there. Okay, so let's talk about some disadvantages of emails. Then the delay can be there in delivering. Okay, inferior product can be there. Sometimes it happens that the image that you see on the shopping site, it doesn't match with that expectation. Okay, shipping charges is also there, delivery problem can be there, scam can be there. Some items are better to buy from real stores. Okay, return problem can be there, warranty issue can be there, miscellaneous troubles others can be there. So these are some disadvantages. Like every coin has two sides. So similarly in technology also, there are some pros and cons. Okay, so we have to deal with both the things. We have to focus on positive as well as negative aspects also. So these are the disadvantages of